You both come back to your senses. There by the low boathouse in Central Park. The oppressive night pushes in around you, and it's almost like the fog has thickened. But you see each other a little bit away, and you know that you've shared this vision, and you know that you share a mother. She was there. The woman with the green eyes, she was there in the vision, as was Matthias. And you heard your names being uttered for the first time that you can remember in this life. Sin and Thea. You know that's who you really are. You are wet. Matthias is out of it. Sin, that used to be Santiago, you are clutching this red oak leaf. It's whole and it feels soft against your palm, not like a dying one of the autumn, but like something real and something close to you. What do?
It's like you said, there's something close now about this leaf. That's why it hurts a little when I crush it. But I don't fucking care. I don't need whatever that is. I don't need any of this. I just need to know what to do next. That's what I need. I briefly am filled with a deep shame, because even though I know these two, apparently, somehow, it doesn't override the lessons I've learned, that weakness, when you show weakness, you are nothing, and I've shown it. So I'm filled with shame as I try and stumble up off the floor as quickly as I can, probably drenched in moisture. And I go over to Matthias, and I just try to shake him awake, like, fucking just, wake up, wake up!
He's just mumbling. He's not coming to.
Wynter, get him awake. We need him awake now.
Yeah, he's in a bad state. He's stressed out, clearly. Probably drugs, exhaustion. None of you have real money to pay for medical attention. But you know that this is an old friend. This is a really old friend, and he's probably been very important to you. He brought you here, and, well, the best you probably could do for him, if you decide to care, is to bring him somewhere where he can dry up and warm up a bit. Can feel like he's shivering in the cold. Maybe have something to eat and drink when he wakes up.
Yeah, and he needs to get out of the wet and the cold. Come on, you can take him to my place. It's at least dry.
Yeah, you're shaking a bit too, Thea. You're shaking in the cold and the wetness, and also from what you've just experienced. And you really do feel this strong connection to both Sin, which you know his name is, and Matthias. What do you make of that?
It's all such... I mean... It makes as much sense as anything else in my life, I guess, at this point. Yeah, sure. Alright, I mean, it helps explain some things, I think. And it makes me feel less alone. I know these people, we're supposed to be together. We gotta take care of each other, you know? So I feel a sense that I have to protect them both. And Sin, he's gonna protect me, you know? And Matthias, he needs our protection now, and I can at least bring him some warmth and somewhere dry, and he's gonna be good again, you know? Just have to bring him. So come on, Sin, let's pick him up and let's get going. We'll take him to my place.
Your name isn't Sin. Don't call me bullshit names. And fine, okay, your place, fine. My place is busy. Yeah, busy. I decide to put all my frustration into hauling Matthias up from the ground and just following along with what Fear, whatever, says. We need him awake so he can tell us what the fucking hell we are supposed to do now.
Yeah, and as he does that, as Sin helps Matthias up, you see the printed newspaper articles, Thea, falling there to the ground next to them. They clearly meant something for Matthias.
Yeah. Of course. I'll make sure to bring those. We need everything, and it's his stuff. I mean, if it's important to him, then it's important to us. You know, he wouldn't want to leave it behind. So yeah, I'll pick that up. It might help explain things a little bit when he, you know, when he gets dry and warm, and we can talk again.
Yeah. You make your way through the park and through the streets, sticking to the less crowded ones. It's in the middle of the night, but it still doesn't look good hauling an unconscious person along. Not that anyone would care in this current climate. And it doesn't... Well, yeah, it does take you a little while to get to your place, Thea. Why don't you tell us a bit about where you live?
Oh, it's a loft. It's really cheap, you know. There's not a lot of space or anything like that, but you know, it's nice and it's warm, and then on the way there you're going to see the cats. You know, the cats are, I mean, they're outside and sometimes they come inside. I don't think they are supposed to be there, but sometimes they do. And it's got my art in there. You know, I've put it up as best as I can on the walls of the room. I mean, obviously, so it can be taken away later on. I wouldn't be able to afford any kind of fees later on. So, yeah, but it really has that feeling of being an artist's place, of being all about creative expression, and someone who really desperately wants to say what's in their heart, but isn't quite able to do so.
So as you then you're making your way there, and as you start getting closer, you can notice this sin that there are cats, kind of starting to give you a bit of an escort or around you. There's lining up more and more cats, and Thea seems to be greeting them as friends. How do you react to seeing these furry little ones around you?
I don't really care. I mean, okay, that's weird, but I have more important things to be thinking about right now than why some cats are following.
And you have to climb the stairs as the elevator is not working in the building until you get up to the loft where Thea lives. And it feels like strange thinking that this is where Wynter lives. Who is Thea? What do these names mean? You make it up the stairs, seeing as how the elevator has been broken down. Matthias is not coming to, he's groaning along the way, but he stops shivering as you get into the warmth, the relative warmth. Actually, it's quite nice in here. It's quite nice, but you both feel a strange sense of longing to be back out in that park, even though it was colder. The ceiling closes in a little bit as you get up into the loft, and you put Matthias down and you look around in this place, seeing the walls lined with the art, some of them that you've recognized, of Wynter, of Thea, of Wynter. And this is where you are then. And this is where you will need to decide what to do. The articles sprawl out on the floor along with the other leaf, the one that you had with you It does catch your attention, Thea. It's a strange leaf. You've not seen anything like it. You wonder where it comes from as well.
Well, I need to make sure that Matthias is in... That he's comfortable, you know? I'll make sure to... I mean, I have some towels and stuff. I'll try to get him dry. I'll you know, take off the really wet clothes that he has on him, and if I have anything that might fit him, I'll prepare that on the side. I probably don't, though. It's just try and make sure that he's dry with the towels, and then put him in the bed to try to get him warm.
So you do. And do you help out, Sin? What do you do while she's doing this?
I stalk around this place. I'm out of my element. This is a home. A silly, stupid, pathetic home, but it's better than anything I have. And this isn't how I live. I lived in fancy flats. I had people on the doors. There was money, there was drugs, there was women, music. This isn't who I am. This isn't me. And more importantly, we're not safe. How the fuck can we be safe? I go to the windows, I double check the windows, I make sure the door's locked. Anyone could be coming for us at any time, after all.
Yeah, as you look through the window, you see another single large red oak leaf drift past, and you catch a faint smell of bitter incense ash, and you start smelling the whole aroma of this place, and you find yourself just drawn to a wooden bar in the ceiling, the tree that it smells of.
Stare at that for a moment. I try and shake it off. What the hell is happening? Maybe this isn't so bad, I guess. At least it's not the visions, but that's the... I start pacing impatiently, and after 10-20 minutes, I just say to Thea, well, is he coming round? We need to talk to him. We need to figure out what the fuck any of this means.
We just need to give him a little bit of time. I'm sure he'll come to. Just some time, yeah. I'm doing my best to try to make him comfortable and try to get him warm.
He breathes more at an even pace now, but he's clearly deeply unconscious or asleep. He seems like he's probably gonna sleep the night through, so it's down to you if you want to decide what to do or talk about what actually happened and what you saw.
I don't know if he's gonna come to anytime soon. I think he's probably gonna need time. And are we gonna talk about what just happened? I mean, it wasn't just me, was it?
What's there to talk about?
Yes, Sin, what is there to talk about? I mean, I'm Thea, you're Sin. Come on, this isn't normal. There's something else going on.
I don't really care, you know. It doesn't matter what our names are. Like, okay. He's coming. A man is coming for us. So how do we find the man, and how do we fucking kill him first?
Is the man the one who's killed all these people? And I point towards the articles. I mean, this is what Matthias was looking into, right? These people, they were the ones that were killed. I mean, perhaps through this we can learn who the fuck is doing this and how to protect ourselves. I mean, I don't think we can stay here for very long. They're gonna... If they know about who we are, then they're gonna be able to find us.
We meekly look at the papers. My head is swimming. I am not a man who reads newspapers and draws together conclusions. I'm just seeing articles about dead people who I don't care about. I'm not a policeman, and I say to Thea, I'm not the fucking police, okay? Oh, wow, I'm not a detective. What, I don't know, you tell me. Where are these articles that say who's doing it? I have a feeling if the police knew that, they'd be getting the person, you know?
Yeah, but it might mean something different to us, you know?
Well, read some then. I kind of snap, and I look a bit sheepish, and I just say, just okay, read an article then. And I just slump in a seat, and I take a paper and try to read it.
Yeah, there are 3 of them. There's the Joshua Bailey murder, there's the Wynter family murder, and there's the Michael Vincent murder. Which one do you pick up?
Michael Vincent. Let's read about this loser. Michael Vincent murder, New York Globe, Tuesday the 1st, November 2022. What's today's date?
15th.
Okay, about a week or 2 ago. Brutal assault, New York docks, close to Brooklyn Bridge, victim war veteran. Michael Vincent, 29, was chased and attacked by one or more unknown assailants. Police arrived at the scene, scared off the attacker. Vincent was rushed to Elmhurst Hospital. He died, couldn't be saved. According to witnesses, he'd suffered severe body trauma. Gang-related. Gang-related? What gang works around Brooklyn Bridge?
You look out through the window to kind of just think about this, and you hear a rumbling kind when the wind just catches the building, like come by, and you feel like something is tugging at your mind on the side, and you can either try to completely shake it off or try to figure out what's going on.
I want to try and figure out what's going on.
And there's a thump as your feet touches the wet asphalt. You look down for a second just to see your hands, someone else's hands. They're after you. Brooklyn Bridge towers up ahead. Grey clouds in the first hour of the morning. You're out of breath. Your heart is beating so fast. You have never been this scared in your life. A barbed wire fence is in your way. You start climbing it. Then searing pain spreads across your body. Something is rammed into your back. You're pulled down on the wet asphalt. A shadow towers over you, a large man. There's something about him. You know who he is. His hand is raised, his fingers end in long claws, and he rams it into your stomach and rips out your steaming entrails. You scream and beg. His mouth is open wide, a jagged maw. You have a moment to witness before he starts eating your innards. Your sight darkens. Police lights paint the scene in red and blue as gunshots. You wake up, you're in an ambulance. Just be still. Just be still. Someone says. The lights fade. Swirling red leaves seen in the darkness. And you are there and you're looking out the window. You're sitting there. You feel the printed article crinkle softly in your hand. You have a slight paper cut on one of your fingers.
I kind of fall back in the seat a little and I just say, fuck.
Roll to keep it together.
13.
How does this affect you?
I lose one stability as I am overcome with anger, and I throw the newspaper on the ground. I clutch my eyes, and I just say to fear, shit! This makes it worse! I don't want to stop seeing shit!
You're right. I move up to try to help him.
No! Fuck! A thing killed him. It wasn't gangs. This idiot was killed by a monster. I think he was killed by the man who was coming for us. He killed him. I don't even know why. But he was near the Brooklyn Bridge 2 weeks ago. I guess, maybe. I don't know.
I put my hand and I try to stroke his hair. That's good. We've learned something important then. We know more about where he's been and where he might be now. I'll look at the next one, all right? I'll look at the next one. And I will look at the one about the Wynter family. The Wynter family murder. The New York Globe, Monday the 17th of October, 2022. A father, Mason, his son, Thomas, and disabled stepdaughter, Felicity, of the Wynter family was found savagely murdered in their home at 51A Green Street, Lower Manhattan, on Friday morning. The mother of the family, Nancy Wynter, is missing and believed to be kidnapped. The victims were discovered by a close friend to the family, said police, relatives, and sources. I'm devastated that something like this can happen here. This is the good part of town. How are we supposed to feel safe now? Says a neighbor to the New York Globe, declining to share his name. A police spokesman at the scene called the incident sadistic and barbaric in nature. She added that while no suspect has been taken into custody in connection with the homicides, there was no immediate risk to the public. This is clearly an isolated incident. The police are searching for the mother of the family, Nancy Winger, 42, who is believed to have been kidnapped. As of now, they have no motives or witnesses. The murders are supposed to have happened sometime around 11 p.m.
Similarly to Sin, you also feel something tingling at the back of your mind, but it's blocked. You watch her, Sin. You watch her, and for some reason, she doesn't get the same strong reaction that you do. And how does that make you feel?
Irritated, annoyed. I reach over and snatch the paper from her, and I say, even though it sounds completely stupid, no, you gotta read it better than that. You gotta read it like this. And I start trying to read the article myself in the same way I read the previous article.
And you two feel like there is something there. It's just that you get so distracted by the electricity inside the walls around you. This buzz is mercilessly hammering your eardrums, overpowering all other sounds. It's really hard to focus. Fucking shit. And you had to put down the article.
Oh, let me look at the last one. Hand it over, please. Could you make some coffee or something? It's late. I'm tired. Please. Sorry. I'm so being rude. I'm sorry.
I look at Sin and yeah. What do you think?
I'd like some coffee. And I look a bit sheepish. There was a time I could say I wanted coffee. I want a beer. I want a cigarette, and someone would just get it for me. And now, I can't get anything myself. And I just say, you know what? It's fine. You know, I don't fucking need anything. I don't need anything.
I have some Earl Grey. Don't drink coffee. Actually,
why don't you drink coffee?
I don't need it.
It's good. Shit. Okay. Fine. I don't need anything. Let's read the awful news article then. And I just look down. The Joshua Bailey murder. New York Globe, Thursday, the 29th of September, 2022. Okay. Police are looking for witnesses regarding a gruesome murder. Mott Haven, Thursday. They discovered the body of Joshua Bailey, 37, on the floor of his home, St. Anne's Avenue, Mott Haven, 2:15 a.m. Domestic incident. The district attorney's office confirmed that Joshua Bailey had been murdered in an especially savage way. Corpse had been abused and dismembered. There were no other human victims, but the 3 dogs that lived in the apartment had been disposed of in a similar way. Fuck that shit. But neighbors told our reporter that Joshua Bailey was a solitary man, known for peculiar, if not sometimes eccentric behavior. He was, however, friendly, stayed out of trouble. Has his neighborhood not enough crime and sadness? Resident Julián Lupa's comments. What does she fucking know about crime and sadness? Fucking nothing. Lead inspector told our reporter that they were looking for a tall Caucasian male that had jumped from the apartment window 3 stories up and disappeared into the night. Tall Caucasian. He must have been covered in blood from head to toe. If anyone saw anything or knows anything, please contact police.
As you read this through, there is a second here where you feel yourself holding something else in your hand, not the article. It's almost like your fingers are bulging to accommodate for a bat. And you feel like you want to fight, but you are so scared. You would be standing, shaking, and then it gets torn back again. You are where you are. Not the same thing that happens. It's as if you're not in the right state of mind. It's like you want to see more. You feel instinctively that it's connected. Maybe if you could get closer to the place where it actually happened or something. Or maybe you could find out more about it. Don't you have anyone within the police that could help you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Although I haven't called him for at least a year. Since everything went to hell. But... shit, but I won't have anything to pay him with. Then again, maybe I could just lie about that. He might not know. I could take a risk. You got a phone?
Yeah, I have mine.
I need your phone.
Oh, all right,
Can't
sure,
use my
sure.
phone.
All right, sure. I'll lend him my phone.
I know someone who... He might know something, about stuff, I briefly step out of the apartment. And from her phone, I do have the number memorized after all, I will phone Robert Bob Berger. He's a low-ranking police detective, too fond of a lot of vices, easy to bribe. We've done some stuff in the past. I'm really hoping he doesn't know about my current situation, because otherwise this is going to be a very awkward conversation.
It's late, but you never know. You never know with Bob. Is, as you say, a corrupt New York City police detective that works within the Vice Squad. He's far from ambitious. His main driving force in life, and you know this, is hookers, blow, and gambling. He has a long list of warnings, and if it weren't for colleagues covering for him, as they always do, he would have been dishonorably discharged a long time ago. Yeah, he might be able to help. You know that there's usually a price involved, anything between $1,000 to $2,000, but you might be able to convince him. You're not even sure that he knows about your fall and what's going on in the inside of the gangs. If you can just play your old self, you could maybe even convince him that, double payment next time, whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. I take a deep breath. I'm gonna try and be me again. I'm not Sin. I'm not a person who hunts down leaves or whatever the fuck this all is. I'm Santiago. I'm the king. I'm the fucking king, and he's gonna help me. Okay, yeah. I ring the number.
This is Bob. Who is this?
You hear a tired voice and a bit of kerfuffling in the background.
We need to talk, Bob.
Oh shit, it's you. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck you calling? Yeah, okay. What's this about?
Relax. Just a little social call. We're friends, aren't we? I can call a friend up, can't I?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Got some... as long as you got the stuff,
Oh, I got the stuff. I'm even willing to put on a little extra. You won't get it right away, of course. You know the schedule. We never break schedule, do we? Repeat after me. What do we never do?
We never break schedule, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, relax. This is easy tonight. Easy peasy. I heard some, unpleasant stuff going around, and quite frankly, I just don't want my boys involved. I figured, who knows the best about how not to get involved in things? Good old Bob. You're actually going to be doing your job, Bob, tonight! Isn't that great? Doing your actual job. Protecting innocent civilians and all that.
Come on, man. You don't need to, put it in my face like that. Nobody likes that.
I'll do what I fucking want, Bob.
Yeah.
Now.
What do you need?
Someone's infringing on our turf, causing trouble, killing random folk. Know someone called Joshua Bailey?
Yeah, that was a month ago, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So who did it?
Well, we don't know yet. There's look, there's something there, I'm not sure you're aware, but it might be a link to something else. I'm not, I'm not working on the case, but I could probably sniff something out if you could get me some 1,500.
Sure thing. Of course I could. Again, I want to help you out, believe it or not. I want to get this guy for you. I don't like people treading on my turf. I am the king. Can't have people murdering my peasants, can you?
Yeah, no, well, I'm sure we'd be mighty pleased to have your help, especially my little guy wants some entertainment. So, okay, you get me that, I'll get you some,
And you hear him start taking notes.
Joshua Bailey.
Yeah, there's a couple of other murders I've heard. I want to know what you know, locations, and possible suspects, leads, anything. Even if it is just a hangout, this guy could be hanging around. He must be somewhere in New York.
Do you then name him the other ones as well? The Winger family and the Michael Vincent? Or...
Yes, I do. And I say, and of course you'll get what you're owed on schedule. But I need this ASAP. This is serious.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not in it. I could probably log something in and print something out.
You can probably? By that you mean you will?
That means I will, man, of course, yeah.
Good. I'm a little annoyed with the lip you're giving me here, Bob. I'm being nice here. I've asked you to do far fucking worse.
Yeah, I know. Just fucking how you're calling me, man.
I'm a busy man. This is work hours for me.
I know. Listen, normal place, parking, house. You'll be there, maybe around 6. It's in about 2.5 hours.
Excellent. I'll see you there. That's good. All right. You get your beauty sleep.
Yeah, bring the cash. Please, sir.
And he hangs up. And you haven't heard anyone call you sir in quite a while now, but it did force itself out there at the very end.
My hand's shaking a little bit as I hang up the phone. He didn't know. Thank fuck. Of course, there isn't going to be any cash. Probably going to have to rough him up. But, I can do that. I don't care. I just need the information. And I quickly go back into the flat. Yeah. Brilliant. I got a, You don't need to come. I got someone who's gonna help us.
I think Matthias is going to be comfortable here. He doesn't seem to... He seems like he needs some rest, so I think I should be there with you. I think we should be together, you know? We should do this together.
I feel conflicted about this because there isn't going to be any cash. It's the first thing that idiot's going to ask for, and I'm going to immediately, of course, have to get the information other ways. And I kind of look at Wynter, and I'm just like, I don't want to see that. I kind of awkwardly say, it could be dangerous. It could be dangerous.
But you'll protect me like you did before, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I guess we'll go together then. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No one's gonna fuck with you.
And you're both tired at this point. You're both a bit shook up and a bit hungry as well. So it's not in the most amazing state that you set out to do this, even though you drink your little Earl Grey tea. Do you have something else, or do you just leave it at that for now?
Probably have some bread. But that's about it, really. I don't usually have so much food around. I usually don't need to eat all that much, you know.
Well, the bread that you do have, both of you, tastes so good. It's like you feel all the wheat that has been put into it, even mixed along with the chemicals and preservatives. It just really brings you back to something for a second. Just sitting together and eating. And 2.5 hours, you're not going to need all that time to get there. So you have time to have a little nap as well. Do you rest or...
I fall asleep on the couch. I'm exhausted.
I'll try to stay awake. I They might be coming for us. Sin will need his rest. I need to make sure that Matthias is kept comfortable, and I'll try and keep a watch, make sure that no one comes to hurt the cats. If anyone tries to come and hurt the cats... Damn.
Yeah, and one of them has curled up nicely next to Matthias. It's Willow, one of the smaller female cats, and also breathing softly together. It's a quite peaceful thing to just watch for a bit, and you kind of get lost in reveries and watch that as Sin actually drifts off to sleep. And it's kind of like you know it before it comes. You know that the nightmare is there. The thing that you dream over and over again, Sin. You're just so used to it now. It's always the same. It's you in a forest glade. The night is deep and the shadows are filled with horrors that exist there in the dark, just out of sight. There are several moons overhead, bathing the clearing in a pale fluorescent light. Everything is absolutely silent, as if nature itself, again, is holding its breath. You are standing next to a great slab of white stone, upon which is the body of a man, and you are bent over him, and you use a sharp obsidian blade to very gently and meticulously carve complex patterns into the man's cold flesh. His blood flows over the white stone and runs down the sides, disappearing into the dark grass and black soil. You hear a gentle dripping sound as it falls down. You work the blade up the dead body, growing the pattern from the soft abdomen past the chest and encircling the neck, gently, and ever so intricately. It's a real piece of art, and you know what it means too. This is exactly how this needs to be done. As you cut up the stomach and push your hand into the cold flesh, cold dead flesh, and you remove the liver and heart, place them on the white stone on other side of your head. Subconsciously you know this sacrifice is aimed at your father. He shall be so pleased. You take the blade to cut out his eyes as a sacrifice to your mother. Ah, eyes for eyes, and you think again of her green, beautiful eyes. And you look at the face you have so dreadfully mutilated, staring back at you from the stone slab. Is your own face, contorted in fear and agony. And that is your sleep. You don't stir awake. You just gently are stuck in this vision. And you can hear him whimper from time to time. Thea, as he is clearly somewhere else, experiencing something else, hopefully catching his rest. It's not with a jolt that you wake up out of your dreams, but from the gently stroking of a cat that goes by you, Sin, that nibbles your nose, as it were, and you feel this short cat breath for a moment as you wake up from where you were.
Fuck. I kind of stumble awake. I brush the cat aside gently. What's the time? What's the time?
I'll check what time it is. It's still fairly early in the morning, right?
It's about 40 minutes until you need to be there, so you should probably head out.
It's almost time. We better get going.
Oh, okay. I quickly stumble up. I'm still fully dressed after all. I dust myself off and I just say, remember, okay, this is a crooked cop and he's gonna tell us some stuff and you don't need to say anything or do anything, okay? You just be there, yeah.
No, I'll be there. I'll keep an eye out, you know?
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. You keep an eye out. That's what you do. You keep eyes out. Okay. Let's go, then. Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah. And the city is waking up from its sleep, and cars are going down the streets along with buses and people. The early ones starting to rush to their work. The laborers, the the laundromat people, the garbage men, and everyone else. And you make your way through. As you do, the air feels somewhat different today. It's like... It's like smells and sights are a little bit more clearer. It's interesting. You didn't realize how much the vines had spread across that old building next to that parking garage then. The city is loud, noisy, Thea. There are too many sounds and images. Everywhere you look, there's someone screaming. Flashes, cameras, bright digital outdoors, honking, smog. It's all so narrow, and you once again realize that you left without that fix. You start to really feel a bit itchy about wanting to get that fix that you have in your room just drips into your eyes, and you'll be flying for a bit.
Can I fight it? Can I not do that? I don't think I should do that, but I don't know if I can stand against it.
No, not much longer. You can't. What did you do with it while you were there? I'm sure you sat up, fingering it, looking at it, while looking over Sin as well.
Yeah, I did. Maybe I brought it. Maybe I figured I might need it.
Yeah, it's there in your pocket quite comfortably. Yeah. It would help with the hunger too. It would kind of help with everything.
It really would. But this isn't the time, right? This isn't the time. He's going to see it, and it's going to be a problem. We're supposed to be keeping an eye out.
And as you're thinking about that, you're suddenly there, because Sin stops and looks up an old parking house. This is where you usually meet him, at the lower levels, down in one of the corners.
I give Fia a bit of a look, noticing she seems a bit out of it. But I don't have time to worry about that right now. I brush my hair back. There's nothing I can do about my clothes. He's going to notice that. He's not an idiot, but I just have to brush it off somehow. Be myself again, even if it's only for 5 minutes. I'll go to the designated spot. Currently, there's a black car parked there. That doesn't matter. And I just wait. Put my hands in my pockets. Fiddle with my knife a little. Wait for Bob to arrive.
Yeah. And he does, not too long after, and you're both standing there as he does. You see, someone dressed in a jumper and a coat, not obvious, uniformed, obviously, as he comes in, and is, rather sluggish, quite big-bodied person that comes in, quite tall actually, a bit taller than both of you, and he looks around a little bit too suspiciously as he starts making his way over to the spot, and you see him before he sees you, and he kind of jumps as he turns around their side of the car, and you're there. Yeah, okay. Who's she?
No one you need to worry about. Just a lookout.
Yeah, alright. See, I got the APBs for these 3 people. Yeah.
Great. Give it all over here. Tell me what you got.
Well, what about me?
Schedule. We don't break schedule. You're still due a week from now. I'm adding it on to that payment. I'm not asking you to fucking break into a place or murder someone. I'm asking you just to tell me some information to catch a guy. Come on, give me a break here.
You know, it's been like a while since we talked and everything. I wasn't even sure you were still, I mean, what's been going on. Kind of feel like maybe this one be better to just handle it if you got something.
I give him a look. It is a trademark look of mine that I often give to people when they start questioning me. I would like to attempt deadly stare on this cop.
All right, then roll for that, please.
15. Meaning I cause this individual to freeze. They are unable to do any actions as long as I maintain eye contact, and I get +2 against all rolls against them.
He just swallows and fidgets with his hand, in which he is clearly holding a folder for you to see. But he's not moving. He's not really doing anything. His mouth is kind of working. You can see he's really fucking scared. He's like trying, obviously, not to look at wherever you might have a weapon or however you actually might be about to kill him right now, because he's clearly overstepped his fucking boundaries.
He has. And I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna try influence other, using the +2, so I get a +3 to this roll. To influence him, I'm going to say, last chance. Give me what you owe me, and we're all good.
All right, then. Well, why don't you roll for that, then? With a +2.
A 15, which is actually a 17.
Yeah. And you're gonna, and he just splutters, and he's something about arrange a drop of the money, and his hand is kind of slowly just racing towards you. He's still keeping eye contact with you. You can see this, Thea. It's so strange. It's like Sin has this man in such a grip. Something about it is actually hilarious. It's like you're watching one of your cats play with a toy. What do you do?
That's impressive. And I'm really glad that he's with us, Wouldn't want to go against him. I try and continue to keep my eyes open just to see if, we're being watched or something like that. And I keep fingering the eye drops, just waiting for the right time, There's going to be a time for me to... Yeah, soon.
Would be even more fun with that, actually. Yeah. And he hands over the folder to you then, Sin. He wants to kind of move to leave, but he's still held by your deadly stare.
Indeed. I snatch the paper from him. I don't let him go just yet. This feels good. This is who I am. I'm not Sin. I'm not some guy living in a car, running from a fucking monster or whatever. No, I am Santiago. I run my gang, and people do as I tell them to do. And I'm not a dick. I don't just randomly break balls or break legs for no reason. I'm a good king. I'm a just king. That's right. I just take what's mine, and this guy's mine. And it feels good, and I say, okay, well done. What's your read on the situation? What do you think? Tell me your thoughts, and then you can go.
I didn't read much. I just printed the things, okay, man? I don't know. Some people killed, some woman kidnapped. I don't know why he took her, didn't kill her. All very brutal murders, probably the same person, and some, I don't know how he made the wounds, like what we've seen in the photos. It's clearly, this is like almost one per month now, and he's just spluttering all the things at you at once.
I nod my head. One of my eyes briefly goes to Wynter as I just say, any last questions for the helpful policeman?
I think you got this.
Okay. You can go, Bob. You've done very, very good. And you can say thank you to me as well, can't you?
Yeah. Thank you. Really looking forward to
Thank
working...
you, sir.
Sir. Working with you more again, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. You can go. And I let him go. I look at the papers.
He just takes a breath and takes a step back, and he starts walking kind of mindlessly away. And then he turns around and he just looks at you again, Thea. And he says, what about her? Is she for sale?
Fuck off, Bob.
He backs off and, yeah. Sorry, sir. And he starts running, actually, off.
Sorry about that, fucking cretin. But here we go. Okay, and I hand the papers to Thea.
And I'll begin looking at them, begin reading, trying to see what I can learn from it.
There's a few things to go through. Like you heard from him, the violence is very brutal. Eyes gouged out, crushed skull, no signs of murder weapons, extreme bodily trauma, ripped throats, dismemberment, extreme blood loss, the family, the kids, 12-year-old, 8-year-old, 48-year-old, and then the missing woman as well. It's all quite similar to sum up. It's not really sure to make out what's relevant, but there is often remarks of a tall, long-haired man fleeing the scene. And this is probably who is chasing the two of you as well.
When I'm looking at this, I try and see if there's anything that I can notice, anything that stands out. You know, sometimes things kind of just pop up to me, you know? The things that I need to see, the things that I need to know. It's as if they just kind of reveal themselves to me sometimes. I would like to roll for my sixth sense, first of all, to see if my intuition will be able to help me.
Please do.
That is a 14, which means I have two options. I would like a lead here. What is it actually that we can do here? How can we find what it is that we're looking for and keep ourselves safe and stop this person from coming after us?
Looking at this and seeing the gruesome details of it all and how it's gone down and those that have been chased down and trying to figure out, okay, how are these people linked to you? And if they are linked to you, are they also linked to Matthias? And it's almost like a feeling of familiarity. That it's something that has started. Something that has begun. A chase. And you remember the words, "It has begun." Who was it that said that?
Yeah, who was it?
You were, at one point, at a strange place that you stumbled into. You were sitting down with an old man. You were there with your ex at first, and you felt so strangely comforted in his presence. It's like you didn't want to leave. This was long ago now. And you were out of your head on all the uppers and everything else. The place felt like it wanted to devour you. But he brought you some kind of solace in there. And he said those words. It's about to begin.
The Elysian Fields, I say. It's a dive bar. It's all coming together. I think we need to go there. I think the man there, I think he can help us. The older man. He can make all this make sense.
Well, then let's fucking go.
As you now feel this hint of victory, that you're going in the right direction, you feel like you need to celebrate. You're gonna find this. And just reach for your pocket.
I've earned this. I did good. Yeah. And I will indulge myself. Sin can take it from here. It'll be fine.
And you drip, those little drops into your eyes and let it bathe in it, as Sin is kind of somewhere else, kind of looking at these notes as well, the APB for the supposed murderer, and you're taken somewhere else for a bit. You see how the windows of the cars, they slowly crack and shatter in spiderweb-like patterns, and you see this horde of spiders just milling about, and they're devouring everything that come in their path. And it's nighttime, and you're in one of your foster homes you've been admitted to. You lie silently in your bed. The window is broken. It is winter outside, and the air is so cold. The freezing gusts of wind send red leaves dancing across the room. You're in pain, but you fasten your gaze on them. Focus on their invisible dance, trying to breathe. And you see Thea dance a little bit among the cars as she is starting to lead the way, and you put these documents back into the folder. As now, you know, Thea, you remember, you just need to go to the big redwood tree that grows in southeast Manhattan, just down the street from there. That's where you went to the Elysian Fields, the big redwood tree in southeast Manhattan.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the 2022 Cult Myth scenario Together Unto Death for Cult Divinity Lost. Cult Divinity Lost is published by our friends at Helmgast, who have also kindly sponsored the series. The music was made by Atrium Carceri, featuring a number of collaborations with other artists, and was used with permission from their label, Cryochamber. Check out their website at cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for some moody dark ambient. We'd like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon, Martin Heuschober, Nastasia, Raulerson, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Bob Lange, Julián, Cameron, Xabier, and Antxon for their generous support. And we'd of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for Cult Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. You can also hear your name read on the show as the champion of the Red Moon, as well as play Cult with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening, and remember, death is only the beginning.